All right, y'all, welcome to Way of Fishing. My brother Jamie. We have finished the John boat, and then we're on to the truck build. The truck will have a full overland rack to carry 2 boats and all of our gear. Welcome to the start of yet another monster project. That's a weird angle. It says 63.6. We need to have whole numbers like 45, 90, 180. Looks like it's kind of curved. We might have to like pick 70 degrees or something. What's 70? If you kick it out further, does it go to 70? Yep. Like 70 could work if 70 is a better number to work with. Either 70 or like 65, huh?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Sourced by Gone Fishing 804. Shout out to my boy for helping me locate this. I went to several metal stores and they did not know what I was talking about. I call it UNI Strut, but this is a slotted channel. Nobody knew what I was talking about. So I called him out of frustration. I was like, do you know what this is? He was like, yeah, hold on a minute. You know, like hold my beer. Growing up, we've built a lot of stuff together, but I definitely kind of take second place when it comes to building stuff. We kind of all fit in where we, know where we fit. So when it comes to building and figuring out angles and assembly processes that make sense, I definitely defer. Because I don't like the racks that look like this, just a box sitting on top of the truck. I didn't want that. As soon as you angle it, it becomes, to me, something a little bit more special. If the angle is 70 and we're gonna have a plate, a metal plate that sits here. So I've got the slotted rail right here that takes a T-nut. So the plate's gonna drop over here. It's probably gonna be behind this. I'm probably gonna integrate all that into one piece. So if the angle is 70, is that the angle that we need to cut the foot base to?
I always have to kind of work this out and look at the tools and make sure. I usually don't freestyle this far.
So right, so like so this is out. So then the cut would be on this side. So right. This is 90. So 70 would be like this.
Right.
So if we marked 70 and drew it, yeah, because it would bring it over off of 90. So right. We just need to cut a 70-degree angle at the base for each of the base.
You can verify that by standing it up and then putting the angle finder on the side of it.
So if this is cut at a 70, basically I'm gonna cut them both at a 70 like this. And when it intersects the top, it'll level out. Should be.
Right. You just have to cut on the opposite side. 70
degrees, but now we still need the distance because the boats have to, you see the antenna? The other problem with the commercial racks is they mostly stop here because the tent, you want to kind of have the tent in the slipstream for fuel efficiency, but to put a kayak across this, it's got to clear the bed of the truck. Right. So the top of the rack needs to clear that. So it needs to come up to like here. We need to measure, now that we have it 70, like how long is here to here? That's what we need to know. We can't cut it until we know that.
Not even the first cut? And then stand it up. Make sure
okay.
You're clear.
I got you.
You all human, we sometimes make a mistake. And you can always cut more off, but you can't add.
I'm here because I need you to not make a mistake while I'm here. I said in the intro, this is why I come over here when I'm gonna build something complicated, because while I can build it, if this was me, this be fishing stuff. But it's because it's him, it's all type of construction stuffs. My man got sedimentary layers of sawdust in this joint though. He be in here putting in work. Okay, back to the overland rack build. What I have here is 1/8-inch galvanized plate. I picked this up at a local metal store. I got 3 of these plates for like 33 bucks. This plate was originally like that long. So decent sized plates. In my mind, the mind of an evil genius, this is what I'm doing. This is gonna go here. I'm gonna put that in a metal brake, bend it at 90, come over. This tab will bend back at a 70-degree angle, which will match the angle on the uprights or the stanchions. So I cut the one. I'm gonna cut these other two and let you guys see how I'm doing it. See, I just took a Sharpie, I took an angle square and a straight edge. So that's one. This is gonna be 2, 3, 4, all 4 legs, done. I highly recommend buying Diablo blades to cut metal and not angle grinders. These are expensive, but the amount of time, ease of cleanup, cleanness of the cut, these are far and away light years ahead of using an angle grinder to cut anything. Diablo Steel Demon. You're gonna pay about $50 a blade though, but what is your time worth? That's all I got to say. Rip cutting this is not the easiest thing ever, not the worst thing ever, but the problem is this thing throws some hot rocks. I mean, it's spitting down range on you. This thing burning my ankles, hitting me in the face no matter where I stand. Let's cut this, and I don't need this to be precise. They don't have to fit into each other. I forgot my oil. Don't judge my oil. I grabbed whatever was closest, and it still works, so I don't care. Don't care what you think. I'm not a professional metal fabricator, so don't come at me with all the rules and all that other business. I'm just a dude trying to save some money. Man, metal shavings all on my forehead. That stuff is hot. The material's not hot though. I can put my hand on it, but the shavings that come off of this ooh boy. So y'all can see I'm going to use that same method to basically cut that to look like that. Okay, so I'll get back to y'all once I get to, I'm going to a metal fabricator to get this bent. I do need a metal brake. This is 1/8 inch steel. I can't bend it effectively here, so I'm gonna stay back here.
I haven't even seen one this new. How new is this?
Last year.
Oh, damn.
So much of back age.
It bent it so easy. Everybody's acting.
100%. Yeah.
Everybody said 1/8 inch galvan. I can't do anything with that. You're just like, yeah, whatever. It's paper. It's paper.
So we're gonna break this one back up. This one leg will be going that way.
Yep. And then I'm gonna bend it over to 70 back at the house.
See on this here, what he'll take it in. It's you already programmed.
I'm just gonna move the back gauge back manually on this since there's no.
So he could draw that shape on his finger.
And
His finger.
it'll do it by itself.
With his finger.
Wow.
And you put in the dimensions, and
Wow.
it'll tell you to the thousandths how long that piece needs to be with the tuning gauge.
That is incredible.
Then the first break is always under break. Okay? So this tractor here, you put it on there, say if it broke, the first break at 88 degrees, well, then you take this and basically push the button. And now the press brake knows
Something like
Nice. Yes, sir.
to do it and compensate so
Exactly. Now.
exactly. Dude, I mean, we can break stuff within, we can do fast stuff within 5 to 10,000. Okay?
Welcome back. I'm not doing a full-blown step-by-step because I have time constraints. I need to get this built. I just don't have the time to do all that. So when I designed this, what I hoped is that I would be able to use a ratchet strap to pull these to the correct angle, right? I just tried it, it didn't work. I'm backing off the bolts, I'm gonna try again. These are the feet that I bent at the machine shop. You can see what I did is I drilled through them. I mounted them in the track for the truck, the gear track. So, which is essentially just like freaking kayak track. We're gonna pull on that one more time. I don't think this will work. It didn't work the first time we tried it. So let's try one more time. One more time in tone. And let's see what's up. So if I allow the bolts to slip, No. Nope. So what I think that I'm going to need to bend this, then bolt this, and then basically allow that to push to bend it back. I don't know. But I don't think that's the move here. Like, I got a lot of bending still to go. Not working. Okay, let's talk results. This one, I bolted together, took it over to the sawhorse and pounded it, okay? Worked, but this one, I just beat the snot out of it while it was on the truck, and it actually turned out better. So I took the stanchion off, and I literally just sat here and cracked it. And the bend is pretty even. It's a good angle. I tested it with the other stand-up stanchion. When I set it on there, it's sitting on the base, bolt holes, and I just got to bolt it. So I think for the other two, that's the move. We're just gonna pound the snot out of it while it's on the truck. We put the brackets back on the truck. That bracket is bent better than this one. It's still sitting on the base, but it's got to, I'm gonna have to flex it a little bit. But what I've done is we got the base, we bent that. Now I'm kind of going off of feel, okay? I'm not a super measurement guy. It's not going to affect my overall design if I'm not perfectly square to the degree. I don't care. I'm not putting an overland tent on top of this, okay? 3 kayaks, we're talking 200 pounds. So if I hold this where it needs to be, what I've done is I've marked that and tried to make it even off either side of the truck. That's an 80-inch bar. So I held this up here where it needs to be, marked 3 holes. I'm gonna go drill those, come back and do the fitment again, and use those holes to mark where the drill holes need to be in this metal, and then we can attach that. I'm actually gonna need to go get different screws, because since I changed my design, I actually need 6 screws that are longer, 1/4 inch, that are longer than what I had. Should have a guest coming over. I think Gone Fishing 804 is gonna swing by. So do you want to tell my people what you did? I can edit it out if you don't.
It don't matter. I can, yeah.
Are you gonna put the video up?
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, well, y'all gotta go watch the video. But just, so since the video's going up, just do a real short.
A short.
Why do you have the camera in your hand?
Okay, so let me put this.
You put on the boat or whatever, it don't matter. I got you a cup with some ice in it too.
All right, nice. All right. So listen. You know, as fishermen, we wake up at what?
3, 4.
4 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning. You know what I mean? Really, what happened is I had to use the bathroom really badly. 'Cause I'm kind of old. You know what I'm saying? So I had to use the bathroom, and it was like 4:30. I looked. I said, "Should I lay back down?" Nah, I'm going
go
fishing.
fishing.
Kayak's already in the truck, cameras all charged up, everything, right? So, boom, get out on the water. First cast on the Sexy KVD frog. I'm working it by some grass. Boom, first cast, I get smoked. I'm like, bet, this is about to be a good day. So 10 minutes later, I cast off to the left-hand side, and I'm working the frog, blow up, boom, fish blows up on it. I wait, delay the hook set, because it's a frog. I wait, and I try to rip his whole face off, right? So when I set the hook, immediately the frog comes out, and it's like right here, straight dead on my nose. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And I've got the head mount camera. As you can see, I have the camera on, so I'm in the water with the camera on like this. And the frog, I'm looking that direction because I'm working that way. So you can see when I set the frog just immediately, and it's coming so fast, man. It's like either I, you know, do a real fast movement and try to get out the way of it.
Some Matrix dodge.
Right. And when I did that, blue, right in the water, 20 foot of water.
But he has the camera. So
all day, I'm gonna show you guys the
he recovered the camera. I would say only you, but clearly it's not.
So let's see if I can get this.
Oh, you had copper.
Yeah, this is a piece of copper.
I'm amazed you didn't hook the trees or something.
Oh, it was stuff hooked under there, but let's see if I can step in the sun so you can see it. But that's just a stringer, a a metal stringer weaved in between a piece of number 4 solid copper. And these hooks are opened up on these stringers. And when it fell, it would fall straight down like that. So I knew it would rake everything that I drug it past.
You pulled it, you were pulling it from the center?
Yeah,
I see the extra braid on it.
So
okay.
the line is attached directly in the center,
gotcha.
So it won't pull off to one
gotcha.
side. It'll kind of keep it straight. I'm really amazed.
I'm amazed
worked,
as well.
like, but it did. And you guys, you check my channel out. You'll see the whole process of this being made and how effective it was. It took me maybe 15-20 minutes.
You should hang that on the wall, because I really feel like if you ever used it again, it's not coming back up off the bottom.
Right.
That's like decoration for the videos now, bro. That's absolutely crazy. I came over in the shade just to cool off. That's just sitting up there, but that gives you an idea of the upright frame. Okay. There's some load. I have to put some load on it to square everything up. It's just up there for now. The angles aren't all the same, but we'll deal with that. I just wanted to see it. I have not filmed every second of this, because if I do so, I'm never going to get done. We have got both of the 80-inch crossbars in. We've got that side fully done, so you can get an idea of what this is going to look like. I'm working on the last section here. So uprights at 70 degrees, 80-inch crossbars. I want to make sure this didn't pivot. So these two, there's no central pivot. Then these two, there's no central pivot. I did the same thing on both sides. These upper bolts, because this is thinner, I used 1/4 inch, and I went straight through to the other side. So that's 1 bolt. Same thing up here. I'm gonna come back with the Diablo blade and cut these bolts shorter. And then I put this in, and my whole rig is moving. I have pulled on these. I've gotten up here. You can see the difference that this makes. See that side over there? And I bolted in. Once I lock that in, this is essentially going to become a box or table, and she ain't budging. So let's do that. Working with metal when things get hot, and I'm not trying to be perfect, so things aren't perfectly square. For what I'm doing, it doesn't need to be. So no comments about that. I'm a maker, I'm a builder, and when you do things by hand, each piece is unique. So this bar, if I pull it up, you see that gap? So they're not perfect. What I intend to do is pull that back and then lock that in, right? So what I've done here, even I did it up here, I loaded these. I put a little bit of bend on them before I locked them in, so the metal's pulling while it's being crushed. So there's torsional forces, I guess you would call them, that are holding things rigid because I loaded the system. It's loaded down here at the base, it's loaded on the crossbars, and these uprights are loaded to there where I'm gonna put the molly panels, okay? It's working out really good. I don't have anywhere I can send you to tell you the principle that I'm using about it. Just trust and believe it's working right now. So I put this bolt in, and I didn't use washers. If you look, everything doesn't have a washer on it, right? Washers are in places where the holes are a bit wonky, or I needed a little bit of extra. The purpose of a washer is to spread the load out, okay? Essentially, this is a big flat metal plate. That is essentially a gigantic washer. I don't need a washer on that against that, all right? So on the back side, like if I bolted through this opening, I put a washer, okay? Because I've got a bolt, I need to spread the load out to here. If one of these holes went through that flat plate, and I've got flat plate against flat plate with a nut and a head on it, I didn't use a washer. 2 reasons. 1, trying to keep costs down, and 2, this is essentially washers. It's a big flat plate, okay? So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. So here, see when that goes in, I cut that hole just right. So that is essentially a big old washer, see? Okay, but it's gonna go through there, which, see that? It's gonna need a washer. So I'm gonna put this through here. I've got my last 4 washers over here, and I need a nut. Put the washer on the back side, and I'm just doing it by feel. Hello, sir.
Hey.
That thing sounded like it had a gas motor on it.
I had the brakes.
Oh. And guys, I'm gonna put the, oh, you found the brakes. That's good.
I knew they were there. What are you talking about?
If I get this bolt on here, then I'm going to, actually, since you're here, my camera's running, by the way. I need to get you to help me put some load on this. Come here, sir. While I have Caleb, I'm gonna use him to hop up here. So you're gonna hop up in the truck and just push, put your hand here and just push forward a little bit. You should feel it get up in the truck.
I'll push hard.
No, you'll feel it when it stops. You're basically gonna push this upright and it'll be fine. Push this upright into this crossbar for me. Yeah, just push that way towards the front of the truck. There you go. All right.
Good.
Yep. Now y'all see the gap is gone. This is already way more rigid. I'm gonna put another bar across here, making this a rectangle. Rectangle, it's boxed off, right? So it's not rounded, it's boxed. Man, in 5 minutes, y'all, we're gonna be able to put a kayak up here. I'm not going to because I'm also going to paint this. Today might be the worst day to paint anything though, because it's super windy. Show y'all one other thing that I did. Let me get this out. So in order to give me a lot of force, you can see it over there, I cut these are 1/8 inch galvanized plates. So I'm backing the 2 middle holes on each of these uprights with this plate. So I'm just dropping it into the channel behind here, then coming down to about here. Again, not using a washer, drilling through, and then I'm bolting to the back of here, which is really giving me a lot of force. I can really torque down those bolts without any fear, because these washers, if you can look, I actually bent that one. I'm sitting across that opening, and it's 1/8 of an inch, right? So, well, excuse me, 16 gauge, so it's pulling the washers into that opening. If I back it with this, I can really crank down on it and not have to worry about anything giving out. Oh, but it's a bit of a pain getting them in there, holding it, because I don't know, this is the way I'm doing it. I could probably do a lot of measurements, you know, the way my brother would do it, and put it in a jig, and I'm not doing all that. Just drilling the mark. I'm gonna take it out and drill through it. Bing, done. And I am using WD-40 as a cutting oil because I'm eating bits up. That's hot. Last piece, last piece. Once I got done, there's a little bit of play in this bar on the end, but what I did was I told you I put load on it, so I used this ratchet strap to put a load on this. I lock these bolts in, I lock these bolts in, and I lock these bolts in. So now there's stress on this system, so it should hold everything pretty well. And what I'm gonna do, because now you just have a single bolt on this side, I'm gonna add bolts here and here, which makes it so that it's not a pivot joint. All right, so I'm gonna cut the camera off. I'm gonna drill these out. My drill bits and my drill are just about gonna bite the bullet here, like they're about to die. I'm hoping I can make it through. This DeWalt has done well. It's done a John boat, all my other projects, and now a steel rack on the back of my taco. So When you're done, RIP, rest in peace. I'm gonna make this just a screw gun. No more drilling, no more, none of that. Just putting screws in things. The simple life. Last 4 bolts in, and the assembly on the rack will be done. This is a monumentous occasion. This is literally something I've wanted to build since I had the Hilux. Later on down the road, we're gonna add power to this. We're gonna have lights on this. That ain't going nowhere. Solid as a rock. It doesn't look bad. I don't like the silver, the gray. It just doesn't have that finished product look right now, being raw silver. So we want to get rid of the raw silver. All right? Yeah, baby. Happy Father's Day.